Hi guys, my name is Emma and today I'm going to be telling you my TBR for the ThrillerAthon that is occurring next week. ThrillerAthon is very hard to say without slurring. I'm going to sound drunk for most of this video. So the ThrillerAthon is a readathon that focuses on thrillers, crime, mystery, all that jazz. It's happening next week and it is the first readathon I've ever taken part in, which I'm really excited about. So what I'll do is I will link down below the woman who has come up with the ThrillerAthon and like the latest announcement video. I can't remember her username off the top of my head, so I'm really sorry about that, but all the information will be linked down below. But basically there are 5 different challenges for this readathon. I'm going to be attempting to do every single one of them. So the first challenge is read a book that is your most anticipated on your TBR, and for that one I am going for 13 by Steve Kavanagh. So I picked this up really recently. It was just picked up in Tesco. It was in one of their sort of like top 10 kind of books, which is where I tend to find a lot of thrillers, to be honest. And basically the idea behind this one is that the serial killer is actually on the jury. So we know for a fact that the defendant in the case is not the guilty party, but apparently the defendant has a secret as well. I love the idea. I've never seen anything like this. I don't know anything about the author, but I'm so excited, which is why it's my most anticipated. I cannot wait to read this book. So this is going to be my first one. The next challenge is the book that's been on your TBR for the longest, and this one was a really easy one for me. It is Anything You Do Say by Gillian McAllister. So this book follows 2 different possible storylines where a woman has pushed somebody down a set of stairs. They were pursuing her. She's basically fought back in self-defense, but in doing so has potentially killed them, and she can either call 999 or she can run. And I think the book is going to follow both timelines, and we're going to get to see what happens in both of those scenarios. Again, it was a format I hadn't really seen in a crime thriller book before. This reminds me very much of those choose your own adventure books that you could get in the libraries as a kid, where some person would always write in it in pen and ruin it for everybody. We never liked that person. But I'm really intrigued by the format of this one, and I bought this absolutely months ago now and then lost it in like a box when we moved house, and I finally found it again, but I decided no, I knew that there was a ThrillerAthon coming up, I'd keep it for that one, and now is its moment to shine. So really keen to get a hold of this. The next challenge is one that you've most recently added to your TBR, and I had to kind of scan down my Goodreads want to read list to find out which one this was, and this book is The Devil in the White City by Erik Larson. So this is a true crime as far as I'm aware. It's set in the Chicago welfare in 1893. There's an architect, there's a serial killer, stuff happens. It sounds really exciting. I'm probably going to get the audiobook for this as well because I'm doing a lot of driving next week. I'm going back to visit my mum, I'm visiting a friend in Welland Garden City. I've probably got at least 6 hours worth of driving at some point over the week, probably a bit more. So I think this one I'm going to pick up an audiobook. I've heard really good things about it. So this is the most recently added to my TBR. Now the next 2 challenges, I actually have several books that could fit into this particular one. I'm not intending to read all of the books that I'm now going to list, so these 3 are the ones that I really want to get to, and the rest of them I intend to get to some of these books, but not all of them, because otherwise my TBR is going to be 10 books in total, and I think that's ambitious for a 7-day readathon, even with me not really working much at the moment. So the next one is the best cover. Book number 1 is Charles McCarry's The Mulberry Bush, and oh, isn't this a gorgeous cover? I love it. I really like it when thrillers go for something slightly different. It's not just your classic like dark, gloomy, slightly out of focus forest scene or anything like that. So it looks really cool. It's a young American spy and the daughter of an Argentinian revolutionary who fall in love, and then chaos ensues. The other good thing about this one is it will tick off Argentina for my book world tour, so I'm kind of leaning towards this one right now, but we shall see. The other contender for this particular one is Let Me Die in His Footsteps by Laurie Roy. Again, fantastic colour. We're noticing a theme for books which I really like the covers of. This very much kind of one monochromatic vibe, but oh, it's just gorgeous. I'm less interested in this book, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna be The Mulberry Bush, but I wanted to show you this one. I'm not even 100% certain what this one is about. There's some family feud, something like that. It's set in Kentucky. I don't know. Also, it's huge, as in like, it's just one of those horrible huge, like, were they airport paperbacks? Was that what this style was called? I don't like books like this normally. I didn't realise it was like this when I ordered it online. So I'm mildly grumpy about that fact, which means I'm even less likely to read it. But I thought I'd show it to you just in case. And the final challenge for the ThrillerAthon for this particular round is revisiting either a book or an author that you have tried before. And I have 4 different options for this because I was on World of Books website and I kept finding books I wanted and they were only like £3 each, so I bought a lot. And I might get to all of them, but I probably won't, so I'm just going to run through them. So one author that I'd like to read a bit more of is Stephen King, and this is, sorry, it's super shiny. Everything is so shiny today. Right, if I do that, there we go. This is Mr. Mercedes. This one I actually picked up from the library for £1. No, even less than that, maybe 50p. I love the library. So this is a story which is a detective and a serial killer, and basically the serial killer is mocking the detective who couldn't capture him, who couldn't like catch him beforehand. I've wanted to read more Stephen King for ages. This has been on my shelf for a little while. I'm less inclined to go for this one. I think I'm going to go for the other author, but I thought I'd mention it just in case because it has been kind of drawing my eye. It could also go for best cover, to be honest. I do like this. If I could just stop making it so shiny so you can see it. Like this whole blue on blue umbrella vibe, it's really cool. This is the first of the series as well, so I'm tempted to hold off until I get Finders Keepers, which is the following one, so that I can almost binge them in one go, so I may not read this yet. And then the other 3 books that are the option for this challenge are all from the same author, which is Emily St. John Mandel, boom, which are here. I've read her book Station 11, which is not a thriller in the slightest, it's a dystopian fiction, but it is one of my all-time favourite books, biggest loves, will reread it almost every year. Absolutely adore that book, and I've never ever read anything else of hers despite reading Station 11 like 3 years ago, and I can't believe I haven't picked up one of her other books. So out of curiosity I was flicking through on Goodreads and it turns out that a lot of her other books would fit into the thriller category. I had a quick look on World of Books and basically all of these were about £3 each. You just have to go for it. I have from her The Singer's Gun, Last Night in Montreal, The Lola Quartet. I'm just going to pick one of these at random. I think I might do a chapter challenge. I might just pick the shortest one if I'm entirely honest, because I've got one heck of a TBR building up behind me, but I am really determined to get to at least one of these this week and then the other 2 within the next few months, so expect to see all 3 of these in wrap-ups very soon. So that's all the challenges, but I do have one more book just to show you, just in case I get to it, because apparently a TBR of 9 books is not enough for me for my first readathon. So I do have also The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. Picked this up in a charity shop for about £2 a couple of months back. Not that fussed, feel like it's very overhyped, might get round to it, not too sure. I wanted to mention it in case I end up picking it up. As this is my first readathon, I'm trying to give myself as many options as I can. So that's my TBR for the ThrillerAthon. That's how we have to say that so we don't slur it. I'm going to be doing a vlog for it as well. It's my first ever vlog, so I'm really excited to bring you along for my week and let you know what I think to all of these books. Are you doing the ThrillerAthon? Have you read any of these books? What ones are you doing for your challenges? Please comment everything down below so that I get to find out what you're doing, and I will link the announcement for the ThrillerAthon, and there's also the woman who created this one has put together a really good video for recommendations for this particular readathon, so I'll link that as well. If you are really keen to jump in, then definitely do that. So that's it from me. Have a really good week and I'll see you soon. Bye!